Safety precaution. Please read this manual certifiably and follow and all safety precaution before installing operation and service. The water is high code physical injury or death or damage to be case physical injury damage to be devices occurs for serious injury and death relevant requirements physical injury and damage to the devices follow physical symbols. Warning symbols caution you about conditions which can result in serious injury or death and damage to the equipment and device on how to avoid the danger. Follow warning symbols. Symbol point number one danger, serious physical injury or even death may occur if not follow the relevant requirements. Warning physical injury or damage to the devices may occur if not follow the relative requirements. Electrostatic discharge damage to the PCB. A board may occur if not follow the different requirements. Hot side of the device may hot do not touch. Notes physical hurt may occur if not follow the relative requirements. Safety and guidelines. Only qualified electricians are allowed to operate on the inverter. Do not carry out any wiring and inspection or changing components when the power supply is allowed. Ensure all input power supply is disconnected before wiring and checking, and always wait for a last time designated on the inverter or units. The DC bus voltage is less than 36 volt. Below is the table of the wait time. Inverter model HP1 220 volts 0.4 kW to 2 kW 5 minutes 3 pH 220 1 kW to 7.5 kW 5 minutes 3 pH 380 volt 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0. 0.75 kW to 110 kW 5 minutes, 3 pH, 380 volt, 132 kW to 200 kW 50 minutes, 15 minutes, and do not refit the inverter. I say please install the inverter on fire retarded. Running environmental condition. The installation of the inverter should keep away from the electromagnetic radiation source. Keep away from electromagnetic contamination such as corrosive oil, mist, and flammable gas. Pollution degree 2 and altitude when the altitude exceed 1000 meter but it's lower than 3000 meter duration 1% for every additional 100 meter. When the altitude exceeds 2000 m, configure an insulation transformer on the input end of the inverter when the altitude exceeds 3000 m but is lower than 5000 m. Contact our company for technical consultation. Do not use the inverter at an altitude higher than 5000 m. Vibration 5.8 meter per second and installation direction. The inverter should be installed on the upright position to ensure sufficient cooling effect. Notes: good drive 100 PV series inverter should be installed in clean and ventilated environmental according to enclosure classification. Cooling air must be clean, free from corrosive materials and electrically conductive dust. Installation direction: the inverter may be installed on the well or in a cabinet. The inverter needs in the vertical position according to be the in requirements below. See Appendix D dimension drawings for from frames details. 3.1.3 Installation manner. The inverter's 2.2 kW sports wall mounting and rail mounting. Minimum space of A and B is 100 millimeter, H is 36.36 millimeter, and W is 35.0 millimeter. Point 2. The inverter below 4K W sport wall mounting and figure mounting. Wall mounting A, flank flange mounting. Figure number 2. B. Marks the location of installation holes. For detail about the holes, see the inverter. Dimension diagram in the appendix. Fix the screw or bolts into the marked I locations near in the inverter against the wall. Fasten and the tightening screw on the wall. Standard wiring. Terminal of the main circuit. The figure below show the standard wiring of an inverter. Page number 9. So next page 10. Figure 3 to 3 standard wiring diagram. PV input Q1 positive and negative. S1 S4 common terminal. S2 high water level switch. S3 low water level switch common terminal. GD100 PV inverter. UVW inverter pump. Well cylinder pond number 1 and water tower. So next explanation of this related figure, the DC breaker Q1 must be installed as the protection switch for PV input. In parallel connection, the combination box special for PV must be used when the distance between the PV input components and inverter exceeds 10 meter. Type 2 sure protection devices must be configured at the DC site. When the distance between the pump and inverter exceeds 50 meter, it is requirement to configure output reactor. C appendix A4 for the output reactor model selector. The inverter automatically runs after being powered on if parameters need to be set. Follow the parameter setting instructions in the capture file. Below, connecting the breaking resistor cable, remove the yellow label of PB plus and negative from the terminal blocks. Otherwise, poor connection may occur. So, next page 11, terminal name function table. RT, RST, LN, AC input, 3 HP, 1 HP, AC input terminal connected to the grid. Note for this related, use the screw equipped with the inverter to wiring. Negative, positive PV input solar cell panel input terminals. UVW inverter output 1 pH AC input terminal connected to the pump motor nodes. 1 pH motor must connected to the terminal U and W. Earth's ground safety grounding safety protection grounding terminal each must be. So next reading in later. So next video next video like my channel like my channel